Lena and Chloe were already in an upright position. Chloe signaled Levi relentlessly with her eyes. I know Levi is very wealthy and has connections. But he's facing Stephen Simmons now, the son of the district council's chief. I do not think Levi has the capability to stand against that kind of authority. Northampton is a commercial zone, so the district's chief has an unimaginable influence in this area. What are you doing just sitting there, Levi? Get up immediately. Do you expect Stephen to greet you instead? Wayne and Robin gave Levi an earful for the way he was behaving. They even had the urge to drag Levi off his seat. Jed grimaced as well. You should show some proper manners, Levi. Levi merely lit a cigarette and took a puff while disregarding the farce occurring before his eyes. Fury glinted in Stephen's eyes as he looked at Levi. His rage intensified upon noticing the pretty ladies sitting on Levi's sides. I have always wanted to sleep with Lena and Chloe, but my plans got ruined by Levi back in the day. Everyone knew the situation was turning south upon sensing Stephen's wrath. Jed panicked. Levi is courting death. Stephen's girlfriend, Crystal, said coquettishly, hubby, this person is so arrogant. He is not taking you seriously at all. Stephen's expression turned grim. Everyone has always treated me with respect wherever I go all these years. Get up. That is not where you're supposed to sit. Stephen jeered at Levi. A dreadful silence filled the air inside the room as everyone held their breaths unwittingly. He's done it now, nothing good ever comes from infuriating Stephen Simmons. But Levi merely sat motionless and ignored Stephen's existence. I will repeat myself. Get up and get lost. Stephen ordered harshly. I was not afraid of Levi when he was at his peak 6 years ago, much less now that he is fresh out of prison. My status is my biggest asset to back me up. Levi puffed on his cigarette without saying a word while looking at Stephen and Crystal. Menace flashed across Crystal's face as she grabbed a glass of water and poured the content on Levi. Are you incapable of comprehending human language? It is time for you to get lost. Are you deaf? Crystal shrieked. Everyone did not expect things to progress to that stage. Jed hurriedly tried to smooth the situation over. Hurry up and apologize to Stephen, Levi. Then we'll look past this incident. Wayne added. That's right. Kneel on the floor and ask sincerely for Stephen's forgiveness. I'm sure he will show you mercy. Everyone condemned Levi as they sided with Stephen. Chloe and Lena looked at the crowd incredulously. Stephen and his girlfriend are at fault here. She even poured water on Levi, yet they want Levi to kneel and apologize? This is unreasonable and unacceptable. But Stephen always assumed he was in the right because of his unique status. Levi put out the cigarette he was smoking. Then he met with Stephen's eyes and said casually, ask your father to apologize to me in person. Otherwise, I will not let you off. What? You want Stephen's father to apologize to you? Everyone was completely dumbfounded by Levi's request. They were dazed for some time before slowly regaining their senses. Are you crazy, Levi? Do you know who Stephen's father is? Do you think you are qualified to receive his apology? That's right. Who do you think you are? Why is there a need for the district council's chief to apologize to you? You're just a lowly criminal recently released from prison. Know your place. Wayne, Robin, and the others were going all out to insult Levi at that point. Even Chloe, who was slightly aware of Levi's capabilities, thought he was mad. You are rich and packed with connections. But Stephen's father is the chief of the district council. Are you out of your mind to ask him to apologize to you? Are you seeking death? Chloe did not expect Levi to be so full of himself. Stephen nearly exploded with rage when he heard Levi's words. He stretched out his hand to slap Levi's face. But Levi grabbed Stephen's hand in a split second and twisted his wrist. Then he kicked at Stephen's knee. Arg! Stephen wailed in pain and fell heavily in front of Levi on his knees. Clap! Levi swiftly dragged Crystal and slapped her forcefully, causing her to fall onto the floor. The couple knelt before Levi in just a few seconds. What are you doing, Levi? How dare you hurt Stephen? Did you get tired of living? You're out of your mind, Levi. Jed and Wayne yelled and rushed forward at the same time as Levi slapped Stephen across his face. Ah! Ah! Both men screamed blue murder. Stop right there, Levi commanded. Everyone stayed still and looked at Levi in disbelief. Chloe was already shivering fearfully. Levi patted Stephen's cheek. You better contact your father immediately and ask him to apologize to me. Stephen hurriedly fished out his phone and made the call. Father, come save me. Hurry up. Levi snatched the phone from Stefan and said with a smile before the other party could speak. You are Draco Simmons, right? You better come here and apologize to me swiftly. Oh, by the way, my name is Levi Garrison. He is mad. He must be nuts. Levi has now become a lunatic in everyone's mind. He is blatantly provoking Stefan's father. Malicious intent glinted in Stefan's eyes as he smiled wickedly at Levi after the latter hung up the phone call. You are doomed, Levi Garrison. I will let you suffer along with Zoe and her entire family. I will never let you off the hook. Levi did not say a word and instead grabbed a fork and stabbed Stefan's thigh. Arg, a horrible and hysterical scream rang inside the private room. Stefan wanted to threaten Levi further, but he shut his mouth obediently upon meeting with Levi's eyes. Everyone shared a similar thought at that moment. Levi's as good as a piece of dead meat now. Chloe was shocked to her core. I did not expect Levi to destroy his own life like this. No one can save him now. She leaned closer and whispered beside Levi's ear. You should escape now. Run as far as you can from this place. Levi smiled. Why should I? I am still waiting for my apology. Chloe was rendered speechless. About 20 minutes later, rows of cars were parked outside the Royal Hotel as a horde of people rushed into the building. Stefan was invigorated when he heard the thundering footsteps in the hallway. Jed, Wayne, and the others were excited as well. A group of men clad in suits and ties dashed into the room. An extraordinary air and overwhelming presence enveloped the body of the middle-aged man leading the group. The man in lead was none other than Draco Simmons. They hastened their footsteps after seeing Stefan and Crystal kneeling before Levi. Save me, father. He beat me up. Stefan begged for his father's assistance. But Draco took large strides and came to a halt in front of Levi and asked him with concern, all the while ignoring his son. Are you all right? Draco's subordinates did not have the courage to look at Stefan and Crystal. They focused all their attention on Levi. Are you all right? We were so worried when we received the news. They said in a hurry. Everyone else inside the room was flabbergasted. Stefan was in utter disbelief. I am your son, father. I'm the one who is injured. But Draco fixated his gaze on Levi despite Stefan's effort to express his grievances. I am fine. But my clothes are soiled. Levi answered. Everyone saw the visible wet stain on Levi's clothes. Draco was infuriated. He scanned the room and asked angrily. Who did this? Who's the one that poured water all over him? The other subordinates raised their voices as well. Who is the daredevil? Those in the know gazed at Crystal simultaneously. Crystal lowered her head as her body trembled visibly. Draco grabbed Stefan by his collar and slapped him mercilessly. You are a wastrel. Why do I have a son like you? You will be the cause for my downfall. Slap. Draco beat up his son furiously. He finally stopped when he was out of breath. Stefan was confounded. What is going on? Why is my father hitting me? I am the victim of this incident. Why does he concern about Levi Garrison instead? The other classmates were also bewildered as they looked at Levi differently. What's happening? Chloe was relatively calm. Don't tell me Levi's status is even higher than the Simmons family? Is that the reason behind his brazen attitude? At that moment, a man dressed in a suit entered the room holding a briefcase. Isn't that the head secretary of Northampton, Cedric Jones? You are right. That is him. The head secretary of Northampton City. He is the secretary of the most influential figure in the city. His appearance carries the same weight as the great Mr. Jesse himself. Everyone recognized Cedric as soon as he entered the room. But Cedric behaved similarly to the others before him. He walked up to Levi hastily and asked him with concern. Are you all right, Mr. Garrison? I was worried sick about you. Mr. Jesse left over 10 missed calls on my phone because he thought something terrible happened to you. He is currently attending a meeting overseas, so he cannot come here in person. That is why he asked me to come in his stead. Huh? Levi's ex-classmates were astounded to their limits. Who is Levi Garrison? Why is Mr. Jesse so attentive towards him? Oh my God. This is driving me crazy. Can anyone tell me his identity already? I'm fine. Jesse got worried over nothing. I will treat him to a meal someday. Levi said with a smile. Yes. Sure. I will convey your message to him. Mr. Jesse will be pleased to hear this. The head secretary of Northampton is so excited because of Levi's offer to treat Mr. Jesse to a meal? Cedric turned to look at Draco sternly. What's happening here, Mr. Simmons? My boss wanted me to clarify the situation with you. This is all my fault. I failed my duties as a father in educating my child. This is the gravest mistake of my life for my son to offend you, Mr. Garrison. Draco Simmons bowed deeply in front of Levi and continued. I am deeply sorry, Mr. Garrison. This is all my fault. Please punish me. Everyone gasped after witnessing that scene. No one expected that the district council's chief, Draco Simmons, to bow so lowly in front of Levi. Stefan was dumbfounded. Crystal fell into a daze. Chloe was astonished. Everyone inside the room was stupefied. This is unbelievable. Levi Garrison's status is frighteningly overwhelming. Tap tap tap. Footsteps rang in the hallway again. A man dressed in police uniform and another man dressed in a soldier's uniform entered. Jed voiced out unwittingly after noticing the badges on their shoulders. The captain of patrol squad and a colonel from the army. I know him. He is Stephen Shaw, the colonel of Northampton's 1st Metallic Regiment. And that's Xavier Fields, the captain of patrol squad. Everyone's scalps tingled with unease at that moment. I cannot believe Stephen Shaw and Xavier Field is here. Both men were having a meeting nearby. They rushed over as soon as they were made aware of the situation. The two fearsome men came to a halt in front of Levi and saluted him. The crowd could not be more amazed. Who is Levi Garrison, actually? Why are all these remarkable men in society showing such great respect towards him? Even Mr. Jesse nearly rushed back to the country from abroad for him. Levi's authority is beyond our comprehension. A hint of terror glinted in everyone's eyes as they looked at Levi. The lowly criminal has become a powerful figure in just a few minutes. Chloe's body shivered as she stood beside Levi. Her legs felt heavy as lead, rooting her to her spot. She finally understood the hidden meaning behind Levi's explanation earlier. He said he is dealing with firearms. If I think further from that perspective, Levi may be a high-ranking officer in the military. She did not dare to imagine further. Bring them away and never let me see them again, Levi commanded. Nonchalantly, Draco complied without a moment to waste. I will discipline this useless son of mine. He will not cause any trouble from now on. Everyone glanced at Crystal simultaneously. Crystal knew she was doomed. I made a terrible decision in offending this man. Draco and the others left swiftly after. But Levi asked for Stephen Shaw to stay. Stephen stood politely beside Levi, admiring his idol. Please give your orders, sir, Stephen Shaw said. Levi scratched his nose before he said, I need 100,000 men next week. Convey my request to the regiment. Levi was preparing his secret weapon to defeat the Garrison family. Stephen Shaw was shocked. But he nodded in agreement anyway. I will accomplish this mission. The private room was already cleaned up by the time Stephen Shaw left. The restaurant staff even changed the tablecloth for Levi's table. Everyone tensed up as they eyed Levi nervously. They knew Levi had the ability to destroy their future and career with a single word. Let us relax ourselves. This is a gathering, am I right? Let us enjoy the reunion then. Levi smiled. Chloe immediately took the initiative to smooth things over. Let's take our seats and pretend as if that incident earlier never happened. Everyone's movements were stiff as they returned to their seats. Jed, Wayne, and the others who sided with Stefan earlier were trying their best to diminish their presence. Earlier, all of them felt the urge to bootlick Stefan to win over his favor, but none of them had the courage to do the same to Levi. They should be serving the dishes by now. I am getting hungry already. Levi raised his tone. Levi helped himself to the food after the dishes were served on the table. He ate without a care for his image or any dining etiquettes, but no one had the guts to laugh at him. Levi soon realized he was the only person eating inside the room. Everyone else was tensed and quiet. He got up from his seat after he was done. I am full now. I will take my leave first. Chloe wanted to send him back, but Levi rejected her offer. Noises erupted inside the private room after Levi's departure. Oh my God! What just happened? Levi Garrison is so scary. The head secretary of Northampton, the captain of patrol squad, they were all here. You guys must be so ashamed now, attempting to hook him up with a job. Jed, Wayne, and the others were beyond embarrassed by that comment. Oh, is this the cigarette Levi was puffing on? I've never seen this brand before. Someone picked up the empty box and asked curiously. You are an idiot. This is a cigarette available only for military personnel. Moreover, this must be a rare edition limited only to the high-ranking officers based on the label. What's his current status, I wonder? He is so intimidating. He is truly an impressive man. He was a successful person 6 years ago. Now, his achievements are even greater than before. Chloe did not join in the discussion. Mixed emotions churned in her chest as she felt grateful and regretful at the same time. Her phone rang all of a sudden. It was a call from Levi. Morris Atkinson did not attend the gathering today? He asked. Morris Atkinson was Levi's classmate as well as his best friend. He stayed by Levi's side throughout high school and their university years. Morris contributed to the establishment and success of Levi Group in the past. But after Levi was tricked by the Garrison family, Matthew Green and the others betrayed him. So Levi assumed Morris to have betrayed him as well since he was the vice president. Levi attended the reunion with the sole intention of meeting with Morris Atkinson. But he did not expect him to be missing. Huh? It's only natural that Morris Atkinson won't be able to attend. Chloe replied, surprised by Levi's question. Why not? Levi frowned. He passed away, didn't he? Chloe reverted the question back to Levi. I even suggested everyone not to mention Morris' name at the gathering in advance because I did not want to dampen the mood. Passed away? Levi was caught in utter astonishment. Ah, you really don't know? Not long after your imprisonment, the Garrison family and Levi Group confronted each other. The news of Morris jumping off a building was made aware to the public shortly after. It was said he committed suicide because he was afraid of facing the punishment for his crime. Chloe explained. What? Something like that happened? Levi asked astoundingly. I did not investigate this matter because I knew the Garrison family orchestrated everything. So, I was oblivious to Morris' death. But if that's the case, perhaps Morris did not betray me after all. Someone must have driven him to his death. It is impossible for Morris to commit suicide out of fear of punishments. All right. I understand now. Levi hung up the phone. Then he contacted Azure Dragon to investigate the matter immediately. Azure Dragon reported back to him after a few seconds. Morris Atkinson swore to protect Levi Group with his life. But the Garrison family set him up and forced him to jump off a building. The media falsified the news of Morris Atkinson's embezzlement of company funds to engage in secret affairs. News reported him to have committed suicide out of fear of facing punishment. The Garrison family. Levi punched a hole through the wall in anger. I have misunderstood you, my brother. Levi muttered to himself guiltily. Zoe sensed Levi's abnormal demeanor when he arrived home that night. She asked, what happened to you? Do you know about Morris' death? Zoe was stunned. I thought you knew all along. Levi elaborated. I was only made aware of it earlier tonight. Please do not act impulsively. Just let go of the past. Zoe was afraid Levi would seek revenge against the Garrison family. He was my best friend. He is dead because of me. How can you expect me to let go of this so easily? I will never forgive the Garrison family, Levi said menacingly. Zoe consoled him right away. You need to calm down. Our business is still developing. We do not have the power to confront the Garrison family at the moment. Levi responded in angry tone. The 1-month period I gave them will be up in another week. I will have them pay the price for what they did to Morris at his grave by that time.